Come here, son, nephew, young man. Let me holler at you. Yesterday's video about not being afraid of rejection or learning how to handle rejection is a bit of a prerequisite for today. Prerequisite meaning you need to understand that conversation because it's material to this conversation. It's pertinent, it's important for this conversation. You need to not be afraid to chase after your goals and dreams. Now, for some of the seasoned men who may or may not watch this channel, because I get it, if you're in your 50s and you got everything together and somebody shared these things with you, unless you just are, a person who likes to root for the underdog, or you have a passion like me to see young men who might not have information get the information. I get it. This channel may not appear to you, but for my target demographic, which last time I checked was young men between the ages of 17 and 35, don't be afraid to chase your dreams. Let me give you an example of why I know this is a real topic. I remember when I wasn't even coaching at this time. I was actually just teaching. But I had a housewife at that time. I was married. She didn't have to work. A lot of people say, teachers don't make no money. I do other things now, create other opportunities. But at that time, I was just using the field of teaching. Now, granted, I had a small apartment. We weren't wealthy, but it's all in how you manage your money. So, I had a Dodge Ram Bighorn that was paid off, and I had I ended up buying another one of those Kia Optima hybrid vehicles for my ex-wife. So there was a guy downstairs, and I had gotten divorced about 2 years before that also, and I kind of started life over, so I went with an apartment for the time being, and I kept it because it was inexpensive. Guy downstairs, every day he's just looking. And one day he asked me, well, what do you do? So, number one, always, or as a side note, understand there's always somebody looking at you like, I wish I could do that. I remember when I was working for the state of Louisiana, teachers were making twice what I made. I was looking like, well, that doesn't seem bad. You getting twice the money, and then you got darn near 3 months off throughout the year. Talk to me. How does that work? Anyway, nonetheless, you can't be jealous of the next man or worry about what the next man's doing. You can try to find out what they're doing to get results, but don't be jealous-hearted or anything like that. And don't be looking like, okay, well, my situation is just bad. Well, you make different decisions and make your situation into what you want it to be. But anyway, as a teacher, well, you have some people who look down in society, so they may say, whatever the case may be, okay. This kid was looking like, okay, well, you apparently you can teach me some things, I guess. No, I know. So, guy started just chit-chatting with me. And one day, he was working for a milk plant, and he was telling me how he turned down an offer for a promotion because he was asking me how to make more money at times. But then he tells me, well, they offered me a promotion, and I didn't take it. I'm like, dude, why not? He said, well, I was afraid. I figured I couldn't do it. So, number one, as a precursor from yesterday, I want you to understand, don't worry about rejection. It happens. You're not going to start a business and everybody wants to do business with you the same day. You may not apply for a job and get that job. You may like a female and that particular female may not like you. And that ain't what you need to do anyway. You need to let the females come to you, and you need to deal with the females who like you, not the ones that quote unquote you like. A pimp will even tell you that. I'm not telling you to go pimping, but I'm telling you, men who are masters at psychology of women will tell you, look, if you're chasing after a woman and she's extremely pretty, you're in for a hard time. But if there's a woman who's trying to cater to you, she's giving you all the signals in the world. Hey, I'll go with you on your journey. That's the way you need to go. Anyway, don't worry about rejection. But once you grasp that concept, you cannot be afraid to chase your dreams. If you can overcome rejection or accept rejection and move on and keep on kicking, and you can overcome objections because you have learned how to sell, the process of sales. If you're going to be any type of business person, you have to learn how to sell. You have to learn how to market. No way around it. You'll either learn it the easy way, learn it the hard way, or quit, or not succeed. You have to be able to sell and market your product. Sometimes you're lucky and you might have a product that sells and markets itself, but you ain't guaranteed for it to happen that way. When your opportunities come, do not be afraid to chase your opportunity. What I told this young man was, bruh, they offered you that promotion because either A, they felt like you could do the work, B, they figured you can be trained on how to do the work, C, both, or D, you're already doing the work. Because a lot of times people are doing supervisory work and don't quite understand what that entails. Quite frankly, some of these supervisors is weak, dog, and they need you more than you need them. They just don't tell you that, and they hope you don't figure it out. You got to get your skills up, get your knowledge up, get your abilities up. But when that time comes, go for it. Especially if that's what you've been waiting on, or that's what you've been dreaming of. Sometimes you get the opportunity in a situation that you didn't plan on getting the opportunity in. That happened to me a few years ago. If you are good in one business, you're good in more than one, because the general principles are the same. Sometimes it ain't about what you want to do. Sometimes it's about what's available. If it's available and it's viable, you want to make money. Damn how you want to feel. You don't want the feeling of being broke, and you don't want the feeling of not having options. So therefore, if you get an opportunity, you better learn how to feel thankful, blessed, and aggressive with good opportunities. Now, granted, do your research, understand what the opportunity entails. I don't want you taking bad deals, but don't you dare turn down opportunities. Don't you dare turn down money. Don't you dare turn down bigger and better things because you're afraid. You have got to get over that, men. Don't let your personal fear be what it. Matter of fact, I was just watching clips from the Karate Kid. I didn't find the one that I was looking for, but I saw Mr. Miyagi talking to Daniel when Daniel got his ankle injured, or his knee injured in his tournament, and Daniel was scared. Mr. Miyagi was like, "Hey, it's okay to lose, but you can't lose to fear, because if you lose, you can simply watch the game film review and come back and win next time. But if you're scared to try, you automatically lose." Chase those opportunities. Try. Do your research. Find mentors. Don't be afraid of rejection. I remember when I first got on YouTube, I had 2 or 3 subscribers here and there, but as matter of fact, this social media deal is a perfect example. Man, they got people who eat on here. Folks, watch people eat. Hundreds, thousands, millions of people watching somebody eat. So you mean to tell me you have no skill, no expertise that somebody's interested in? I beg to differ. I'm talking about education. My kids at school, hey, some of them, what I'm telling them is over a lot of their heads. Now, granted, they value me more for the social aspect. And of course, if you hadn't figured it out, I got young men who come up under me trying to understand life. But the business information I give them is real. But in the meantime, my students don't really watch my channel. Shucks, black folks don't really watch my channel. It's mostly white and Hispanic folks. I want to help my folks, but hey, if it's making the world a better place, if white and Hispanic folks are seeing that, hey, this is a brother and he ain't no bad person, maybe that's contributing to the world. I don't know, but I'm a public educator. So whoever comes through those doors, it's my job to educate them. And that's what I do. So if my students at my school are not, quote unquote, my tribe, well, a few hundred folks then showing up on YouTube, a few thousand showed up on TikTok. But I know these are the conversations I have every day with my students. So I know somebody needs that information. It don't matter if the viewers are showing up one day. I got a book coming out. It doesn't matter if people make it a bestseller that first day. That book might sit on the shelves for 10 years. And one day somebody sees it, picks it up, decides to give me a contract or makes a video go viral, and next thing you know, now it sells. Who knows? But I know one thing, ain't nothing gonna happen if I don't try. See, if you do something, something's gonna happen because you reap what you sow. You plant that seed and it's gonna grow. So if you do something, something's gonna happen. You do something positive is gonna happen. You do something negative is gonna happen eventually. You do nothing, ain't nothing gonna happen, right? Now, it might not be what you want to happen, but something's going to happen. And it'll be something that you can learn from and move, because the type of lessons that come from doing, you can't learn them in the classroom. I can tell you what the scenario is like, but every scenario is different. Once you get out there and start moving and start hustling and start researching and start applying the research, now things get into motion. And every win is going to catapult you to another win, big or small. So don't be afraid to chase your dreams. Get out there and try. Hit the like button. If you don't like the content, I don't know why you wouldn't, because I can't see what man don't want to be chasing his dreams. But okay, if you're some type of hater or something like that, cool. Hit the dislike button. Leave whatever comment you want. The only person I've blocked from this channel was some joker joking about being a pedophile. And you know I don't like people who pick on kids or anything like that. If you've been watching this channel, that makes my blood boil. But otherwise, hey, say what you want. It's a public platform. Start a dialogue. I'd like to hear what you got to say. Maybe there's something I can do better. Maybe I'll hear what you got to say and realize this joker don't know what he's talking about. Hey, but I want to hear what you got to say anyway. Share the content. I'm telling you, somebody needs this content. Share it. Somebody needs this content. Somebody needs this content. Not want. Maybe it ain't the most entertaining, but somebody needs this content. That was just a kid who last year, who just passed by last year. He very upset about something and this and that and the other, and he spoke today. Hey, it is what it is, man. I'm doing work that matters. You know, any young person, any man, period, who can use this information, share it. You're welcome to subscribe if the content is of interest to you. And as always, never lose the will to win, never lose the will to survive.